All right, actually just hold on to your weights. Let's roll those shoulders up, back and down, drop them down. Let the weights give a tug on your shoulders. So really let them drop out of your ears. A couple more times. Beautiful. Then we're going to step out, wider stance, abs drawn in, bigger movement. Let's lift those shoulders up, squeeze them up, bring the arms up, pull them back, and drop them down. So kind of like little chicken wings after an upright row. Little bend in your knees, just a little tiny bend in your knees. Again, just working all of our beautiful posture muscles. 2 more times. And relax. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Let's just do a little quick side to side and add a single arm. And again, you're kind of doing an upright row followed by little chicken wings and a little rotation, if that's okay with your shoulder. 2 more times. Beautiful. Then we're going to go into that very wide stance. We're going to bend our knees, hands on your thighs, including your weights. Round into a cat, inhale to a cow. If it's a bug on you, you can certainly put your weights down as you roll through cat-cow. Couple more here. Beautiful. Now we're going to pick those weights up again. We're going to sit down in that plie position. So you want to make sure your tailbone is long, abs are in, knees are bent. You can certainly bend your knees lower than mine. We're going to lift our arms up, thumbs leading the way, and bring them down. Lift them up, bring them down, adding on, lift them up. See if you could sit an inch deeper, bring them back, squeeze your glutes right here as the arms come behind you. Sit down, give it a squeeze. Sit down, squeeze the glutes and the shoulder blades, and it's okay if those ribs pop up for now. We're going to change that in just a second. 2 more times. Good, and now we add on this last one, keeping the ribs down. So you come down, keep the ribs down, squeeze the shoulders and the glutes, but keep those ribs down. Good, keep it going. Good. Last 2. And last 1. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. We're going to step out with your right leg and put that weight behind your left and test your balance. Bend that right knee a little bit. Weight is in your left hand. Your left heel needs to be curled up next to you so that you can give me a lateral raise both with the leg and the arm. So a lot of balance happening here. If you need to, find something you can gently put a hand on. Few more here. And relax. Let's just switch that up. Step out on your left leg. Weight goes behind that right leg. Bend that left knee. Weight into your right hand. And we flare both to the side. Two more. Good. Grab that weight. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Give me a slight step forward with your right leg. Hold your weights close to you. Bend that right knee. Stretch back with your left leg. Pull your ribs down and in. And then give me those arms straight ahead. Lift that back leg. Stand up on that right leg. Bend that right knee. Reach back with your left. Bring your arms straight in front of you and down. Let's bring those arms into a little bit of a V, just a little different angle than we already did. Bending and straightening that right knee, reaching back with that left toe. Last 2. And last 1. Bring that down. Step forward with your left leg. You're going to bend that left knee, reach back with your right toes. And when you're ready, you add those arms in that V. If you want, you can turn your palms down this time, get a little bit of a different angle on those deltoid muscles. Almost there. And relax. All right. We're going to come into our wide stance. Bend your knees, hands on your thighs, roll through a cat. Inhale through a cow. From there, I want you to pull your belly button in, pull your ribs in, try and get your torso a little more parallel to the ground. Shift your weight back into your heels and your tailbone, toes off the ground. We're just going to do one last posture exercise here, but your abs are holding you nice and stable so that your back is beautiful and flat, not rounded. You can try and get that torso a little more parallel for a little extra work. You can turn the pinkies to the sky for a little bonus love. Keep that weight back in your heels and your booty though. And relax. Put the weights down. Give me a cat. Give me a cow. One more time. Give me a cat and a cow. And then just come on down. Seated position, please. Weights are handy. We're going to roll all the way down. And we're going to bring those weights behind each hamstring and use that to give ourselves a nice low back stretch. Maybe let those legs rock side to side a little bit. Hug them in, let them go down. Hug them up and over and then around and down. Beautiful. Hands out in the T position, weights in your hands, legs in tabletop. Let's let both knees drop to the left. Relax into a twist for a moment. Encourage that right shoulder blade down by the weight of the weight in your right hand. And then put your right foot back on the ground, bring back the left, lift into tabletop and let both knees drop right. And again, this time let that left shoulder blade encourage towards the ground. Left leg comes up, put it on the ground, right leg follows. All right, hands by your side with the weights, roll your shoulders open, bring them back down and adding on, deep breath in, exhale, lift, inhale, sweep those arms around and down, exhale, come down. Again, prepare with an inhale, exhale, lift, inhale, arms reach up overhead, sweep down, exhaling, coming down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift it up, reach those arms, sweep it down, exhale down, last time. Exhale, lift, inhale, reach, exhale, sweep, grab a single weight, changing the arms a little bit. Exhale, lift, inhale, arms come up overhead, and then exhale down. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift, inhale, reach overhead, exhale down. Again, we lift on the exhale, we reach on the inhale, we exhale down. And one more like that, exhale, lift, inhale, reach, exhale down. Option to add the second weight, and I'll give you two options with your hands here. Well, actually maybe three. Punch a hole in the ceiling, reach those arms overhead. That should add a lot of extra challenge. Exhale down, deep breath in. Exhale, lift, inhale, reach. Exhale down, one more time like that. Exhale, lift, inhale, reach, exhale down. Next option, one weight in each hand, exhale, lift, arms reach overhead separately, sweep them down, but be gentle with your shoulders. Be careful with that one. Exhale, lift, inhale, reach, small sweep, exhale down. If your neck is bothering you, you can absolutely leave it down, of course, right? You could do that with one weight or two. You could lift the arms overhead, bring it back, or you could lift up, bring the weight behind you for a moment of support, and yet you still have a little extra weight, and then come back down. So you have lots of options, and you're going to do 4 more of whatever you choose, because we'll add on to this with our legs in a moment, and then you can decide whether you want 1 weight or 2. All right, so here we go. You have chosen whether you want 1 weight or 2, legs in tabletop, Exhale, lift. Inhale, legs extend as well as the arms. This time, exhale, just a tabletop. So you choose, and it's okay this time if you want to bring your head, neck, and shoulders off the ground, up and down, or you can leave them up the whole time. If you want to add an extra bonus, you put one weight below your knees and the other weight in your hands. So now you have extra resistance overhead and below your abs. So getting pulled in 2 different directions for that extra work. Keep that going for me, please. You have 6 more of these. And on that last one, take a quick break, hug those knees in. Let's put both weights all the way down on your ankles. Hold on to those weights. Forehead up to your knees, elbows wide. Exhale, rolling like a ball, which should be a little easier with these weights. So we exhale to roll, we inhale, pause. We exhale to roll, we inhale, pause. 2 more times, we exhale to roll, we inhale, pause. Exhale, roll, inhale, come to the top. Go ahead, put your feet out. Let's sit up nice and tall on those sit bones. We'll do a quick little spine stretch here. So sitting tall and then hinging forward. Hands behind you if you want to press your spine taller and more forward. Or you can grab the backs of the legs and pull yourself deeper. You can grab some part of your lower leg. And bring it up. All right, both knees will bend. And we're just going to have one weight in our hands. Exhale, hinge back, pull the belly button in for a roll down. On the inhale, see if you can lift your hands a little higher for a little extra work. Lower the hands before you try to come up. And then inhale at the top. So you're going to exhale, hinge back. Inhale, lift the arms a little bit, lower them before you try to come up. And keep that going. Exhale to hinge, inhale to lift. Exhale back up, inhale at the top. Exhale back, inhale, hold, exhale, come up, inhale, top. One more time, exhale back, inhale, lift it, exhale, lower, sit tall, give yourself a little tuck and curl, and then a little extension. This time, grab both weights, one weight in each hand, hinge it back, exhale, pull the belly button in, option to go into a T, or a V, or even both arms overhead in an I, but you're going to lower those hands before you try to roll back up. Inhale at the top. Exhale back. Inhale something with your arms if you want. Lower them before you move back up. Coming up on an exhale. Inhale top. Exhale back. Inhale arms. Exhale lower. And now you have 4 more of those. So that's a roll down with the weights. Good. 3 more, please. All right. Next time you come up, you're going to leave those weights in both hands. You're going to roll back again, and then you're going to see if with the weights in the hands, could you gently roll all the way down for a full roll up. Deep breath in at the bottom. Weight in your hands, palms are underneath them, so you're putting more weight out in front of you. And then curl that spine up. Try and do this without kicking your feet. See if you can do it, because the weight in your hands is putting that extra weight forward in your body, changing things up, making this maybe more doable. So let's try a few roll ups like that. If, by the way, it's not working out for you, if you still find yourself having to and kick and things like that, then you're going to stay with just the roll down, right? And do something with your arms. The breathing is the same. You exhale as you go back. You inhale at the bottom or halfway back, whichever it is. Then you exhale to come back up. And then you inhale when you get to the top. If you're doing full roll-ups and it doesn't bother your back, you are welcome to straighten out your legs and go from there. And then once again, you have these couple of options, roll downs or roll ups, weights or no weights. Let's do 3 more, whatever you're doing, please. And on this last one, I'd like you to roll all the way down, even if you need to just roll over to get there. All right, so let's take a quick break, hug those knees in again. If you like having the weights there, feel free to put the weights on your legs to add to that stretch. And then bring those legs in tabletop. We're gonna do our toe touch with a weight below our knees. Deep breath in, exhale, belly button pulls in, ribs and hips get close together. And then on the inhale, our knees move away from us, the thighs stay at that 90-degree angle at the knees, and we exhale to come back up. So we inhale as those legs move away, ribs stay flat, and we exhale to come back up. You have 5 more toe touches. And if you are doing single leg toe touches, just obviously omit the weights. And then when you're done, go ahead and put your feet on the ground and put 1 weight on each hip. You're just going to use your 2 pinky fingers to hold those weights in place. Deep breath in, we lift up in a bridge pose. And from there, we're going to lower about halfway down and lift up a little more. Lower halfway down, lift up a little more, add a lift with the heels. Heels, hips down, heels, hips up. Heels, hips down, heels, hips up. Few more here. And relax. And again, we'll take 1 weight this time behind that right hamstring, hug that right leg in, give a nice little stretch here, quick little break, little mobility if you'd like. And then right foot on the ground, weight goes behind that left hamstring, hug it in, maybe some movement through that left foot. Beautiful. Then 1 weight in each hand, legs straight up in the air, head, neck, and shoulders can be lifted or they can be down. You're going to take your right leg and reach. You're going to take your left arm overhead. Inhale back to center. Exhale, reach through the left leg and the right arm. Inhale back to center. So it's sort of like a single leg stretch, only we've got straight legs. Opposite arm is reaching. Beautiful. Bend both knees. We're going back to that toe touch position we had a few minutes ago with a single weight below your knees, arms into a T, but this time we're going side to side, and we're going to keep those toes lifted so we can see them. We're keeping that knee at 90. And then come on back through center, extend both legs up, just where we were a minute ago. And deep breath in, go back into that single leg, straight leg stretch, but we're going to change this now. This time when your right leg goes down, let it go to the right. When your left leg goes overhead, let it go to the left and center. Left leg, right arm, and center. So it's sort of like you're making a half of an X. And again, if that's too much on the neck, your head, neck, and shoulders can be down. The legs and those arms with the weights are creating a lot of resistance here. and relax. Woo, hopefully we felt those. We're rolling over onto our sides, facing me. We're gonna straighten out our legs so that when you look down, you can barely see those toes. Then you have the option to have a single weight on the top leg. You have the option to have both weights on that top leg. You're not going to hold the weights, you're just going to push them against the leg, right? So that your hand is on top. Arm is resting underneath your ear, waistline is lifted. We're going to lift that top leg up. We're going to flex through the quad, flex through the heel, and turn the toe down. And we're going to tap toe to toe and lift. Take it nice and slowly as if you're moving through jello. And relax. We're going to bend that bottom knee and that bottom elbow. You can keep those weights right on that hip. It's both weights, so a little extra challenge. Then we're going to slide the bottom leg behind the top leg, right shoulder here, coming into our side plank. You can leave that top leg in front or you can stack it. Hands are holding onto that weight, lift an inch, lift an inch, lift an inch, lift an inch, lift. Lift. So try not to drop and lift, but to just lift more and lift more. And relax. Woo, baby. Other side. Both of those two exercises. So we lie down in a long straight line. Toes are pointed, hips are stacked. Arm is directly underneath our ear, weights are on that top leg, and again, we're holding them on the leg, not holding on to them. Top leg lifts, flex through the quad, flex through the heel, turn the toe down, tap, and lift. And relax. Bend that bottom knee for a moment, help yourself up. Bend that bottom elbow. As always, protect the shoulder, push it back, lift up out of it. Weights are right back on that top leg, and then either that bottom leg is tucked behind the other one or you're stacked, side plank position, and then lift an inch, lift an inch. And relax down. As you come over, bend onto your hands and knees for me, please. Weights are handy, just roll through a nice cat. Inhale through a cow. Take your time with those. Then you're going to take a single weight behind your right leg. Tuck that heel close to your hip. Hands right underneath you, abs drawn in, so you're not up here, you're not saggy, you're not rounded, nice neutral spine. Flex to that heel and lift. Now you can continue that, or you could try left hand out front, or left hand up, or left hand up and down, or left hand with the weight in it. And relax. Okay, weight behind your left leg this time. Bring that heel close to your hip. And then again, you're going to lift up and press. You can add that right arm if you want, however you want. And relax. Beautiful. Let's go ahead. Put one weight on each side of the mat and roll down onto our abs, please. Bring your hands under those weights, palms facing the ceiling. Lengthen out one leg at a time. Point those toes, lift the kneecaps. As always, in this position, those shoulders usually want to slump down. So just lift them up, drop them down, lift them up, drop them down one more time, lift them up. Keep them lifted off the ground. Stretch your fingers down towards your knees and then lift those arms a couple inches. Then that's how we're going to start. Let's just do a few like that. Shoulders, arms, reach and down. Shoulders, arms, reach and down. Last one like that. And then we add on. Shoulders, arms, reach. Lift the torso, turn the palms toward each other, pinkies to the sky, and exhale down. Deep breath in. Exhale, stretch, reach, lift, turn, and down. Again, we lift, we squeeze, we reach. Kneecaps are lifted, all 10 toes are still on the ground. And relax. We're going to go ahead, press back, resting position. Hips sit back on your heels. Then you're going to come forward in your regular plank. You can be on the fronts of your thighs. You can have your toes tucked under. Your hands are apart. Find your regular plank. You're going to hold this for 30 seconds. Get ready, get set, and go. I'm watching, sorry. You're halfway there. Five more seconds. And relax. Press back or windshield wiper your legs. Just take a moment to recover. All right, then you're going to turn and face me. You're going to bring your left knee into a bent knee position and your right leg beside you. And then it's going to be really easy for your body to curl to that left side. So you're going to lift up, pull those glutes out from under you so you can sit a little taller. And you take a single weight overhead and hold on to it. And then you're going to tip over to your left, but don't go so far that you crash like that, right? And then come back up. So you're going to exhale up and over, reach through your fingers, inhale back up. Exhale up and over, inhale through, and back up. Exhaling over, reach through your fingers, inhale back up. You have 4 more like that for me, please. And then come on up. Let's just spin those legs. So your right leg is in front, your left leg is off to the side again. You'll be kind of hunkered down on that side. So lift up, pull out of those glutes, and then arms up, and we tip over to the left, right, sorry, and up. Tip over, reach through the fingers, and up. 2 more. And come back up. All right. We're gonna roll down. Weights are with you. We're gonna put both weights in your left hand if you're able to hold both weights. If not, just a single weight is fine. We're gonna lift that arm overhead. We're gonna put our right hand across our rib cage. Deep breath in, exhale, pull the ribs down as that left arm goes all the way overhead. Feel that tricep strength and stretch and how it wants to pull your ribs up, but you're stronger than that. And then just bring that arm up. So you're gonna have a couple options. You can keep the palm facing the sky. You can keep the pinky facing the sky. That's a little nicer on your shoulder, or you could do palm up, and as you come up, you could rotate pinky up, right? It's a little less about the arm than it is about the abs, even though you might feel it more in the arm. 2 more. Don't let those ribs pop up. Good. This time when those arms go overhead, bend it, straighten it, and then come up. Arm overhead, bend, straighten, and then up. Up and over, bend, straighten, and up. Keep that going for me. And then arm overhead, just straighten, 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 straighten. Woo, and relax. Let the weights go off to the side. Bring that arm overhead. Maybe bring it over towards your same shoulder, towards the middle, other way. You can play with putting your fingers in different positions. And then shake it out. And both weights come into your right hand. Right hand goes overhead, left hand across your chest. And we come up. And again, you can have your palm facing up the whole time. You could have your pinky facing up the whole time. Or you could do a little rotation as you come up. Add that bend, straighten, and then up and over, arm bends, it straightens and comes up. And then up and over, we bend and straighten, 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 straighten. Ooh, arm comes down, goes overhead. Again, you can play with how you want to get that nice tricep stretch. Arms out into a T position. You're going to scoot that left knee underneath the right. Little twist here, knees go to the left. Back up and over, knees come over to the right, keep them crisscrossed as they are. Back through center, uncross the legs, left over right. Drop to the right first, please. And then up through center, knees drop to the left. Good, then both knees are going to hug in very quickly here. And then we're going to come up. Last exercise. Weights in your hands. Find a balanced position with those weights in your hands. All right, so you're going to try to let your knees go side to side without any tragedy happening. And without the knees moving farther away from you. And the arms aren't moving, right? Arms are just holding out there. You'll notice they want to help out, right? But you're going to do your best to keep them nice and wide. Keep the knees tucked in close to your chest. So maybe you only have, I don't know, 10 inches between your knees and your chest, and they go side to side. Good. Just a couple more here, side to side, but not away. And then very gently set your weights down and roll back down. All right, hug that right knee in, put the weight behind that right leg, give it a nice hug in. Feeling the ribs and the thigh get close together. Rotate through that right ankle, both directions. Point and flex. And then we're going to roll that weight down so it's about halfway down your calf. Flex through the right heel, pull that right shin down. Again, maybe do some movement through that ankle, and you may even feel a little bit of pressure where the calf is being touched by that weight. Then we're going to come back through center. We'll straighten out both legs, lift ourselves up, point the toe, bring it down with you, and then bend that knee, and the weight goes on the outside of that leg. Right toes very close to your left thigh, right arm to the side, and just feel that delicious stretch here. Nice stretch across your hip. See if you can grab your other weight if it's handy and bring it into your right hand and let that come over away. And then if you'd like, you can twist with that weight on top of that right leg. And then while that left hand is over there, leave the weight there. Roll back through center, drop that right knee open. With your hands, right hand on the right inner thigh, left hand on the left hip, press them as if you're stretching taffy in opposite directions. Then drag that left heel in, thread your needle, left toes up, and we rotate and we point and flex. Then we'll bend the left knee, right leg crosses over it. Arms are going to slide under those weights, and you can drop your knees a little to the left until you feel a good stretch, or you can stretch and then go all the way into a twist. You could even lift up the weight that's in your left hand and put it on your top hip, your right hip, and pull it a little bit forward for a deeper, deeper, deeper stretch. Come back through center. Let the legs drop just a little bit to the right and then uncross. Come back through center. Leave the left weight where it is. Bring that other weight behind your left knee and open it to the left. And while you're there, we'll do some ankle movements, foot pointing and flexing. Then bring it back through center. Roll that weight about halfway up your calf. And then again, movement through that ankle. When you feel ready, straighten out both legs. Lift yourself up. Bring that weight with you. Bend the knee. Bring the weight on the outside of the knee. Put that left toe near the right thigh. Get that beautiful stretch in the hip. And you're welcome to stay there, or knee comes all the way over with that weight on the hip. Left hand slides under that weight to help keep that left shoulder down. And then leave the weight over to the right. Come on back through center. From that figure four, right hand on your right hip, left hand on your inner thigh. Stretch them in opposite directions. And then reach through, thread your needle. Now some movement through that right ankle again. Then you're going to bend that knee, crisscross, hands under the weights, knees drop over towards the right, and you can pause there for a stretch, or you can twist all the way. For a little bonus, you take that right weight, put it on your left hip, work forward. And then leave the right foot on the ground and just let the knees drop a little bit to the left for a moment, and then straighten out those legs. You can leave the weights on the ground. Don't forget to pick them up later. We're coming over to a cat-cow position, but you can get there however you want. You can take a nice long roll up. You can roll over to one side. You can roll like a ball. However you want to get there is fine. And we'll do our little undulating cow-cat. So rolling forward and rounding back. Movement through that spine. And then finally, hands right underneath you, tuck those toes, lift those hips, and pedal it out. And we'll walk it back. You can nod yes and shake no. Bend those knees a whole bunch. Hands on your thighs, round into a cat. Inhale into a cow. Big deep breath in. Thank you, guys.